so let's talk about Damien right here, right? So it just premiered last night, so I'm going to talk about the first episode. And right off the bat, this show really shit the bed quick. Now, overall, I was a big fan of the original Omen. I was looking forward to kind of how what they did, especially because they managed to make Bates Motel actually be successful. Could have been a bad thing, but actually managed to go to third season, right? Third or fourth season up to now. So therefore, that's actually a pretty good thing. They managed to make it good and treat the source material with respect, but also doing their own thing. Now, for this, personally, I feel like nobody ever watched The Omen. Personally, because I feel like this doesn't really seem connected to the original, and this is connected. They are officially saying that in the show. This is connected to the original. You see newspapers, you see flashbacks, and those are all good. But unfortunately, those are kind of like the best parts of the entire show. Now, granted, the guy that plays, Damien Thorn or whatever, because he eventually learns he's the Antichrist again, right? The guy that plays Damien Thorn, for a guy that's the Antichrist, I have to admit, he is quite bland and boring. Look, it's not that the actor is bad. He's actually delivering what he can. It's just that the dialogue isn't right. And that's the next problem. The dialogue isn't terrible, right? It's just bland dialogue. There's one scene in here where his girlfriend is just like, why do you have all these paintings in here, right? And he's just like, to paint. And then it's an awkward pause, and then they just completely forget about that conversation. That's the type of thing that happens in here. Like, there's some cool things in here with the death scenes, particularly the ones with the 3 dogs biting the guy. That's a very brutal and violent scene, but also kind of like cool to see for the world he's setting up. And operatic music added to that, or his girlfriend when she gets drowned or whatever. Those are cool things. Unfortunately, those are really the only things that really kind of make the show good. From a story perspective, this doesn't really seem like it could even go more longer, right? This seems like this should have been a 2-hour maybe TV movie or like a 4-part series or something. Because I feel like even in this 1 hour, I feel like the episode was really just wrapping up the entire series in one shot. And that's not a good thing to see. Now, for me personally, look, this thing tries to be connected, and it really doesn't work. Unfortunately, this doesn't really seem like an Omen sequel. This seems like a sequel to the shitty sequels of the Omen. If you've seen any of the shitty sequels, it seems more in that vein than the original Omen, and that's not a good thing. But look, if you want to go see it, go ahead. You may get a kick out of it, who knows? But just beware, the show is kind of bland. There's not really much going on here. There's nothing really that interesting. If this was not based off the Omen, maybe it would actually have been a better show. But unfortunately, it is based off the Omen. So therefore, judging from that perspective, it fails completely. But as just a regular show, I guess it could have been well if it was about Antichrist. But that's just pretty much all I have to really say about it. And that's my review. Comment, subscribe, and like. I'm Chris Smith, and I'm signing out.